Welcome to Speed Painting Metallics. Well, kind of. So, recently, you might have seen on this channel some of these orcs show up. And these orcs are entirely done with the Army Painter Speed Paint. I think they turned out rather nicely. The interesting thing is, on the orc weapons, the axe and his shooter there, they are kind of this, I don't know, non-metallic metal. It's not really in the spirit of true non-metallic metal, but it's non-metallic and it's metal, right? It does not have that metallic shine to it. And so I wanted to, before I put something on these guys, to maybe fix that. I don't know if you like this. I kind of like this. I might not fix it. But definitely folks out there will want to, and so I did a little experiment. I took some spare orc arms, because what orc player doesn't have spare orc arms, and I gave them different treatments. So they're all primed white with the Army Painter matte white, and then are done in the Army Painter Speed Paint, just the usual Gravelord gray that we used on those orcs. And then this one I did nothing else to, and so you see, it's got the nice shading to it, it's metal, whatever, right? It's okay. It's okay. However, there are two products, one of them from the Army Painter called Fairy Dust, and one from Dork called Sparkle Motion, that I think might help with this problem. If you're going there and you're saying, oh, I really wish there was some shininess to this, some metallicness to this, well, here's what this is. So Fairy Dust is not a silver metallic paint. All right, if you want a silver metallic paint, we've got, I don't know, shining silver. We have, plate mail metal there. We have gunmetal. We've got plenty of choices from the Army Painter if you want a silver paint. Fairy Dust is not silver. It is clear. Okay, that sounds a little bit strange for a metallic paint. What it is it's clear and has a metallic sheen to it. So if you look at this here, if I can get it in the camera, hopefully you can kind of see it's got a little bit of a shine to it, a little bit of a metallicness to it. It's very subtle. The effect is very subtle. You notice it a little better, I think, when you put them side by side. See that bottom one? It just looks more like I used a silver metallic paint. All I did was dry brushed over this treatment, the plain treatment, with Fairy Dust. That's all I did. So you can do this after the fact. You can say, I want that metal to shine a little bit more. And it gives it just that metallic reflectiveness. It's different than a gloss paint, but it's really cool. Now, in person, if I'm looking at these from, 6 feet away on a table, it is still going to look a little different. Even this far away on the camera, you can see that. And so this is not a meaningless effect for sure. I think this really, really does something. Dork then, alright, so we say, well, what's the other solution? The other solution is Dork, and you see here again, it's shiny, it's metallic, it's reflective. The Dork is a little bit more what I would call like a starry sky kind of approach. So the Fairy Dust evens out really well. It doesn't have a lot of like specks or chunks or flakes. The Dork paint has more like fine flakes of metal, but they spread out a little bit. You can kind of see maybe that little starry night effect as I'm kind of doing it there. You see the individual specks kind of reflecting that. Compare the Dork with the Army Painter, and you see these are two very different effects. The Army Painter, more of a consistent metallic all over. Dork more, I want to say a little bit darker maybe, but still has that metallic shine to it, and you can see more of those individual metallic flakes. And so we basically have two solutions here. Two, if you thought that was a problem, if you've been painting with contrast paint and speed paint and saying, it's not metallic, I still use my metallics, sure, great, do that. But maybe try this. Maybe you already have some Fairy Dust laying around. If you're like me and you bought the Army Painter metallic set, it came in there. Maybe you have a place that sells this Turbo Dork and you can get some sparkle motion. Again, this is metal flakes in a clear medium, so that's what they are. The fairy dust is still a clear medium, but it's more of a, I think I want to say finer flake, so you don't notice it as much. Both look good to me. I mean, you tell me. That's why I'm putting this on the camera. You know, do you want my opinion or a video where you can, kind of see your own opinion, or do you want both? I'll say, looking at this, kind of on the table from afar, I really like both the effects. I'm probably going to go towards the Army Painter more so, but that's more just because that's kind of what I know. This Turbo Dark is actually new to me, and I really like this. But I'm going to be exploring their other lines, I think. Though, you're definitely going to see this sparkle motion come back. I think not on, like, metallic, like, choppas and shootas for the orcs, but more like a, hey, I want to make this, blue a metallic, and I want it to be kind of sparkly, or like a, a starry wizard's caper, so it's a different effect, and I think these are both great to have in your arsenal. I'm glad that I have them both. I'm going to keep them both and definitely be using them both. But there you go, just a quick little tip. Maybe I'll put it on some of these guys and we can see it a little bit up close on those. I haven't decided yet. I really like the non-metallic enough. I don't know, you let me know. What do you think? Have you been speed painting some miniatures or contrast painting some miniatures and have been missing the metallic effect? Is this something you would try? We've got the new colors coming out from Citadel here soon. Maybe you want to try it with those. I know I sure do. I've been busy in the studio preparing for those, which is why I didn't get this video out too soon this week, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed anyway. As always, take care. Keep watching for Citadel contrast compare videos coming. I'm going to be getting, I think I've got 15 of the paints pre-ordered from my local game store. All they have to do is figure out if they're actually able to get them. There's a little distribution snafu. But between the game stores in my town, I'll be able to get some. It'll just be a matter of if that's on release day or not. Alright, well, hope to see you around the channel. Comment and say hi. Let me know what you think. And as always, take care. Thanks for watching. Let's get gaming.